All right, so we have another Kymco 150 we got to work on. Here's the other one I worked on in the previous video. I'll put a link to that up here. Just did a carburetor, you know, oil change, little stuff like that. This one's gonna be a kind of a similar thing. Steering bushing isn't completely gone. These are a little bit more readable. The brakes are about non-existent. The shifter is the exact same way. I think these both might be the same. Woo, crap, electric fence. Let's check the oil. Yeah, it's probably gonna need to be changed if the stupid thing don't want to get cross-threaded. Doesn't have a battery. Probably gonna put a new carburetor on it. Are these both the same year model?
Yep, identical. 2006, I think.
2006, okay. Have they been sitting about the same amount of time?
This one actually sat longer than that one.
Well, there's no fuel in the fuel tank, so that's good. All right, so first and foremost, I'm just very curious to see if there's any fuel in this carburetor. Nothing's coming out. He already did buy a new carburetor, but if the carburetor doesn't have fuel sitting in it, the carburetor should be fine and it should work. I don't know what the heck this is for. I'm hoping the starter is good and I don't have to take the starter out. Even though the carburetor is fine, the fuel lines and petcock may not be. Well, I guess we're gonna have to put a new seat on, new foam and upholstery. All right, so we got it back in the same spot as the other one was. Kind of crap is in here. Yeah, this petcock staying leaking. All right, so I got the petcock out of there. All the fuel is drained and everything. Here it is right here, all ripped apart. It was all leaky and bull crap, so I'm gonna go through, clean it up. So you know what, guys, for a bit of fun, before I put this whole fuel system back together, I'm just gonna shoot some ether down the intake and try to kickstart this thing. Why not? So screw the Kickstarter. It's just gonna be a big, you know what. So I got to figure out what to do with this wiring. Well, the reason I say that is because even with the wires hooked up, and yes, I mean they are on there pretty good. I cut the key on, nothing's happening. I'm looking all around, and there's some wires that have been chewed off and crap. So I got to figure out which wires go to what, so I can know that I have power up there. I don't even know if I have spark or anything. So looking around up here, found this wire unplugged, which I think that goes to the LCD screen. So let's rip this off. Still nothing. All right, so I've had some luck. The owner sent me a photo of the other foiler that I worked on in the previous video. I'll link up here of that wiring harness, of how all this bull crap is plugged in. I'll put a picture up on the screen because there's like absolutely nothing online on a Kymco 150 MXU ATV. Like, the wiring harness doesn't exist. You look it up, it's like all this other crap. So, you know, I'm just kind of a one-man band here, no instructions, no nothing, trying to figure this crap out. So here's what I had to done. The blue and yellow goes into blue. Stupid thing don't want to focus. The green goes in this green. The lime green goes into the other lime green, and there's supposed to be some other wire, but it's not there, and the black goes into the black. So now, with all that bull crap hooked up, for some reason the LCD screen doesn't work, but the brake lights do work. And now, we actually got something. Are you serious? It's not gonna work whenever... Are you serious? All right, so I just got a neutral light on. We got some headlights. All right, so I've kind of replugged some wires around the coil and got a good spark. Please don't leak, please don't leak, please don't leak. Flip it to reserve. So sorry I wasn't able to really film that. Had to keep the choke on. I didn't really want to run with it off choke. Let's just drop the bowl on this carburetor. All right, the bowl looks clean. However, there is still some garbage in there. And I don't know why the stupid fuel don't want to shut off, so I had to wedge WD-40 can in there just so the fuel don't keep pouring out. Yeah, I know, it's starting fluid, but that's all I have. All right, so I took the pilot and main jet out, and if you look through them, you can't see through them. Same way with the pilot, you can't see through the pilot. Brakes barely work. I love this reverse gear. It's like a crawler gear. All right, so a couple of weeks has actually gone by and we are back at this Kymco, and we get a wiring and crimping tools kit so that way we can fix the wiring properly. And you're gonna have to work me a little bit because I don't have my tripod, so I'm gonna have to come up with some creative filming equipment, but hopefully the video will still come out pretty fine. All right, so now the first thing I gotta do is get rid of all this old sketchy electrical tape wiring that is barely making any connection, and we are going to replace it properly with some male and female conjoining connectors. All right, so the carburetor bowl and all that stuff is leaking, and it's kind of worn out even though I did clean it out. So he just went on ahead and bought another one he wants me to throw on there, so we're gonna do that. Meow. And we don't have a 10mm wrench, so we're gonna have to improvise. All right, so that took a lot longer than expected to get that carburetor on there because I'm using tools like this to get bolts on that I should have a 10mm wrench for, and guess what? We don't have any. And also, we're using 100-year-old wrenches right here to try to make stuff work. It's like the Old West down here. We don't have any tools or anything. I did order a new petcock, and I forgot to bring it down here, but oh well. This one should work fine in the meantime. Let's hope this carburetor works fine. Alrighty. Alright guys, I don't know why this thing's idling weird. I played around with the air mixture screw. I tightened the screws on that carburetor. It's acting like it has a vacuum leak somewhere. I really am not sure where it is. Maybe it's the main intake manifold. But yeah, for right now, it seems to be doing pretty good. Yeah, you can obviously tell it's a vacuum leak. And I got no brakes. Alright, so I've been riding it for a little while. It's been doing pretty good, apart from that carburetor acting up and stuff. so once we figure that out, we're gonna change the oil and that should be good. Some of y'all may remember that YouTube shorts I made about jumping up here. That crap literally hooked in. I almost flipped that thing over and almost hit that tree right there. It's pretty scary. Got some chain lube here. All right, so it's been a few months and this thing started up immediately. Off choke, it's been running great. All right, so one final thing I'm gonna do is adjust shift linkage because, well, when it goes in there, it shuts off and it's not properly centered. We're gonna adjust the linkage. Stupid safety crap. At least that works. Probably gonna get a seat cover or something like that soon. But anyway, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. You guys know what to do. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down twice. And you guys should see me in the next one.